would describe Emily as talkative, outgoing, infectious attitude, never give up personality, mile-wide smile. We just decided to come together and we were going to do the best we can for her. We never asked why, we never asked what if. We were just so thrilled that we were able to have her. As long as we had her with us, it felt like we could do anything. So the pregnancy was very normal. We had a few minor complications, which prompted a C-section.
I'd gone in with her for the operation. Everything was okay. Doctors, did what they had done with the procedure. All of a sudden, they called me over and says, "Hey, we need to talk to you."
It was probably only a few minutes, but it seemed like hours to find out what was going on. I didn't hear anything. It was very traumatizing at the moment of, you're waiting to see what the gender of your baby was, because we were waiting to find out at our birth if it was a boy or girl, and all of a sudden it turned into so much more.
She had an extra digit on her left foot. She had a bump on her back, and then she had a twisted left leg. And her hand was actually bent backwards about 90 degrees. Here and here, they were just baffled by what is going on. We have no idea. This is stuff we don't usually see.
It took 2 hours before I got a photo of her to see our new daughter. And after that, it was decided, because she had so many questions of what was wrong with her, that she was going to go to another hospital in another town 2.5 hours away. After 2 weeks of tests, we got a long list of specialty diagnoses for Emily. She has spina bifida, thoracic level myelomeningocele, severe scoliosis. She had lung issues. Her left hand was contracted all the way back. Her left leg was twisted and much shorter than the right leg. And there were some just foot abnormalities. She has a dislocated hip. She's missing 8 ribs on the left side. And she has Horner syndrome, which caused a lot of initial scare. Her pupils are different sizes. Her eyelid on the left side is affected, and the sweating on her left side is affected. And she actually didn't open up her left eye for the first couple months because of that. We got a phone call from a very dear friend when I was in the hospital. And she said, I heard that you have a baby, you have issues. Don't worry. My father's a Shriner. We'll take care of everything. And at the time, I had no idea what she was talking about. I had no idea what she meant. But it was so comforting to immediately know, even before I even began to worry about needing a place to take her orthopedically, that someone had already come forward and said, "Hey, we have a place, she's gonna be loved and taken care of." So coming back from the hospital, we already knew that the next step was to get her into the Shriners Hospital system.
Emily has both spina bifida and short femur or limb deficiency on the left side. So she's been getting some lengthenings for her left leg, and also treatment for her scoliosis, which both are congenital conditions. It is a rare situation to have multiple deformities like that, but both problems have been treated for the past few years at our hospital in conjunction with Philadelphia Shriners Hospital.
Our first step in the surgery was getting the knee to straighten out, and we did that with something called an external fixator. So an external fixator is an apparatus where you have pins going through skin into bone, and then you connect all these different pins up with something outside the skin. So we designed a specific one for her that we could use to gradually straighten out the knee.
In 4 months, they untwisted her leg. 4 months. And we saw it right before our eyes. All they did was untwist her with a fixator device. They untwisted her leg. And she was able to use her knee for the very first time. So the first thing she was able to do was ride a bike, which was amazing. Something that we really didn't dream would be in her future. And so with the process, we continued when she was 10, a leg lengthening process to get a little bit more off of her lift.
Emily is known not only in the hospital but in the community because she's done so much. And I think that children see her as a role model, see her as someone that can, despite having to get through a lot, can still have fun and give back to other people.
She's dynamic in her presence. She has a great sense of humor. She is not afraid to engage with anyone. And she is just always a bright light that has the ability to inspire and give back. And they found a bracelet activity that kind of connects to everybody.
Emily was 5 years old. She started realizing what Shriners is really doing for children, and I think she started clicking of, it takes a lot of money to make these things happen, and they provide a lot of services. And so she was very driven by, I want to do something to make a difference myself. So we went out to lunch one day, and we said we're going to come up with a project. I had no idea what it was going to be. And we sat there, and she just said, let's make a bracelet. So, the idea was born.
I get people together and we have fun. We bead bracelets to help me make bracelets for my Beads for Needs. These are the stuff I do to raise money for Shriners. Beads for Needs is important because they helped me, and I wanted to raise money, and this is how I raise money for Shriners Hospital. And doing all these things are very fun to do.
When we started the bracelet making project, we never dreamed that a few plastic beads could bring in so much money. We've estimated about $70,000 the project has brought in.
I wanted to give back to Shriners because all those surgeries I know cost about like $1,000, and I just wanted to give back to them because they've helped me and I wanted to help them. So I have some people, they just donate because they understand that Shriners helps kids like me, and that helps them realize that when they donate, they're also helping more kids like me.
Shriners Hospitals for Children put children first. There's not a number, there's not a diagnosis, it is a child. And their motto of love to the rescue is lived every single day by every employee. You feel the love. You feel like you're part of something bigger.
Shriners definitely gave us that hope that says this is what she can do, and we will just keep on pushing her to do more and more, whatever she's comfortable with. And trust me, with her personality, she was willing to strive for whatever was thrown her way.
Without our experience with Shriners Hospitals for Children, I know without a doubt Emily would not be Emily. Emily would be forced into this box. She would be forced, and I think over time, her light would be dimmer.
I am thankful that if there was no Shriners, I don't know what all the kids would do, because they're great. They're great people. They're a great society, and I'm just proud to be a ambassador to represent them.